Hi there, I'm Russell Conte with Sewpbox Productions. I'm getting ready to piece a quilt together. I need to cut my fabrics. Can I just cut them willy-nilly? Yes, but it's not a great choice. I'm going to teach you all about grain and why it's so important in what you're doing for your quilting projects. What I like to do is I take my fabrics first and I'm going to take that crease and I'm going to get that crease pressed out. I don't want that fold in the fabric because that's going to fight my grain. And when we talk about grain, it's something that quilters don't talk a lot about. However, in the fashion world, we are very considerate about grain because it affects the way a garment hangs. And modern quilts tend to be a little bit larger block style, and so quilters who are using more traditional means can oftentimes, since they're cutting such small pieces, get away with not considering the grain or being a little bit off grain. The larger the blocks, the more important it is to be mindful of the grain. So the way we find the grain is simply once we press the crease out, we're just going to take a clip in the corner. Take a clip right there from the edge. And even though when I got it home from the store it looked like it was perfectly square to the folded edge, you'll find oftentimes that it's not. So I made that little rip here. It's about an inch on this side. It's about 3/8 of an inch on this side, indicating that my grain is off. It's slight, but it's important that we're mindful of that. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to determine how much yardage I need for the particular strip I'm cutting. Let's say I need 12 inches. So I'm going to cut myself about 12.5 inches. I'm going to make another rip. Set that aside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the iron. I'm going to press these edges flat so that they're clean. But now I can bring my selvage together cleanly. That's the finished edge of the fabric. And I'll have a clean straight edge to be working from on this side. And then I know that when I cut my strips will be much more accurate and on grain, and when I'm piecing them on grain, I won't have as much lettucing. You know, sometimes when your fabrics waffle and ripple when you cut your blocks and strips, and you subcut them, you get a lot of waving. It won't wave as much if you're working with the grain. Now that you know a little bit about grain, it'll make you much more successful in your quilting endeavors. Thanks for joining me.